Welcome to Big Blend Radio's Vacation Station Travel and Leisure Show. So welcome to Big Blend Radio's Vacation Station Travel Show. Today we're getting to talk with Kathleen Walls. She's a travel writer, photographer, and author. You can keep up with her at AmericanRoads.net. Have I got that right?
Got it right.
I just got it because I just get it off the top of my head. I'm like, over these years, I should know Katie's website, and I do. If you want to know more about her writing, which is fictional and nonfictional, and the nonfiction has a lot of great travel guides, especially if you want to go on ghost tours, go to katiewalls.com. That's Katy, katiewalls.com. The links are in the episode notes. Today, Katie is taking us to Jekyll Island. Yeah, with that word Jekyll kind of gets us all like, ooh, what's going on? It's a good Jekyll, and she's got a great article. It's linked in the episode notes. So tell us about this Jekyll Island. Apparently, it is a winter destination. Where are we going? Where is Jekyll Island?
Well, Jekyll Island is one of the Golden Isles just off the coast of Georgia, the northern end of Georgia. And it's been a winter destination for many since the turn of the 20th century. It started off, of course, before the native people were there, but when it became a destination, the very ultra-rich billionaire, well, what we would say billionaires, they were millionaires those days, and the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers and the Morgans and those kind of people wanted someplace where they wouldn't have to mix with the riffraff and have their own little winter destination. And they were big on hunting, of course, go trophy hunting thing. And they decided they'd buy the whole island, Jekyll Island, which they did back late 1890s. And they built Clubhouse, which is a gorgeous Queen Anne style hotel resort today. And it was so exclusive, only the people, the members owned about 1/6 of the world's wealth. And so many things began happening. One of the big things that happened there was the Treasury bill, the reserve, money reserve. My brain's going dead. Began there with a secret meeting with the senator who was in charge of it, Federal Reserve Bank, November 1910. They had 6 people come there very secretively, and it began with something called the Aldrich Bill, which was the senator's name, and morphed into what is today the Federal Reserve Bank, began there. And the first transcontinental phone call was from the clubhouse there.
Wow.
So it has a very, very rich, exclusive history. Today, it's a state park. It just costs you $10 to get in. There's a toll. You go over the bridge. That was one of the reasons why they liked it so well, is because you couldn't just drive in there then. They didn't have the toll bridge. You had to come by boat and only the trolley. And, if you weren't a member, you couldn't dock. But the same reasons that they loved it so well is what makes it so great for all of us today, is the weather is beautiful. The lows are usually in the 40s or the 50s, with the highs usually in the 60s. And, so it's kind of nice to get away from cold and snow and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, and so this is, in Georgia, Georgia's, beautiful.
Yeah.
In fact, as we record this, I'm in Georgia. Yeah, I'm in Peachtree City. So just outside of Atlanta.
Okay, so you're right near Atlanta.
Yeah. So that's not a far escape for the greater Atlanta region.
It's perfect for them and pretty much for anybody, because once you're there, you're on the island. I suggest staying at the resort, which is where I've visited many times. The last visit was at the resort itself, which was once a millionaire's homes. And you can stay in the clubhouse itself, which is absolutely gorgeous. And it has little touches, like you have a little rotary phone sitting on your nightstand there, which works. Yes, you can call the desk from it. And if you didn't want to stay in the hotel itself, you can stay one of the very first condominiums ever built in the country. Morgan and a few of his little friends got together and they built what they call Sans Souci. And it was one of America's first condos, which is now part of the resort. You can stay in that. And all of the places are done. And then some of the people that were there, the millionaires, they didn't want to have to be in a hotel. They wanted their own little cottage. So they built these cottages. One of them is 26 rooms. They're very elaborate cottages, but they were a little less than what their everyday home was. So there were cottages. And two of the cottages, Crane Cottage and Cherokee, now belong to the resort. So you can stay in these cottages and you have all of the modern conveniences, but you still have that feel of the day. The clubhouse, there's an old antique Ford parked out there. It's called the Falcon. It's a Buick, not a Ford, I'm sorry. 1940 Buick. That was driven by Humphrey Bogart in the movie The Maltese Falcon. So you really get that feel that you're
Oh
there.
my
It is, but you still
Wow.
have, all of this. And they do a lot of special events, not only seasonal for Christmas, but they do them all winter and all year round. One of them, first time I'd ever seen this, is called a champagne sabering, where they take the
Yeah, they do that.
they lock it off with a saber, and your cork flies off, and that was amazing. And then they have the high teas, and boy, you really feel like you're back in Victorian England with that. I mean, everything.
Wow. And this isn't, well, it's the
Yeah,
South too, you know.
yeah,
There's that genteel kind of like we
right.
have
And it's in
afternoon
the
tea and
grand dining
champagne.
room, which is where when the millionaires came to stay there, they were expected to not, most of the cottages don't have kitchens. They were expected to eat in the grand dining room. And of course, it's got the beautiful chandeliers and the fireplace and
Oh,
that
wow.
feeling, the Victorian feeling there. It's absolutely gorgeous.
So this is not like boarding school.
Oh, no, no, no. It's like a very, very, very ultra elite Victorian hotel.
That's amazing.
Um,
So is this part of the state park or is this
the whole island is a state park. The hotel is run, it's leased,
Oh, okay,
to
so
the
it's
hotel.
within the state
But
park. Okay.
everything, it's kind of an odd situation because even this home's built inside the state park, but
Right.
nobody owns the land. They have to lease the
Okay.
land from the state of Georgia. So the whole thing is controlled by Georgia State Park System. But yet the hotel is run beautifully and they have like 100-year lease, so they're going to
Yeah.
be there for quite a while.
Well, that's we have a lot of,
And yeah,
vendors, we call them, of parks, whether it's national
right,
parks. I mean,
yeah, we see that
most of the
pretty much
lodges are
all.
run that way, and
Yeah,
people taking tours and all of
yeah,
that
and
are
people that rent
vendors.
kayaks and like they have a bike rental there where a lot of the people like to ride around on a bike. There's lots and lots of wildlife there. We saw tons
Gators?
of deer. Well, I didn't. There are gators, yes, but I didn't happen to see any. I looked,
You know
but
we wanted to go there.
yeah, I always look for gators, but I saw tons of deers. And of course, I was there the last time I was there was right after Christmas time and did the Holly Jolly Charlie tour. And we rode all around the island and on the trolley, and they take you past and all of the homes are just gorgeously decorated. They have about 2 million lights on there.
Wow. This is
They're trying
something
to
people
compete
can
with St.
plan for.
Augustine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but
And I talk about that kind of thing, like, we were doing a show the other day about haunted places and ghost
mhm,
stories, which I know you love.
there are
And
ghost
it's
stories here on the island, of course, because of the age.
well, yeah, it's planned now because all these places that are known for like Christmas lights or Halloween ghost tours, they book up pretty fast. So
Yes.
start planning now. We're in January. I know
Plan
January
ahead
is,
for next year. But even
yeah.
if you don't want to go there for the holiday season, anytime during the winter because of the nice weather. And they have a lot of things. The holiday high teas, they have high teas not just during Christmas season, but all year round. And it's
Mm,
paid membership on it. And the Holly Jolly Trolley tour, they take it. They stop at one of the cottages. For instance, Rockefeller, who owned Indian Mound Cottage, that one has 25 rooms, 9 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and 7 servants' room because they brought their staff with them. I mean, you can't possibly go
wow.
on vacation without 7 staff with you, at
No, oh,
least.
gee, no,
No, I mean, who's going to dress you in the morning and make your tea and all of that good
Well,
stuff?
I hope I'm not wearing one of those corsets because
Oh,
darn, I'm
no,
not doing
no,
that.
that would be very uncomfortable. But,
That's not my thing, but
no,
that's amazing. So now it's a state park that has a vendor contract, whatever,
right.
for this resort, and then
And
people are living there.
there are other,
Makes
I
sense.
mean, even like if you wanted a different style of restaurant, there's other restaurants on in the island that you could go to. Actually, the resort itself has the main resort, which has a history, that draws more of the adult crowd. People with
Mm.
kids sometimes like the beach. There's a ocean, which is modern kind of hotel there on the beach for a resort for those. the beach. Like I said, you can rent a bike, you can ride all over the island. They do a thing, the Wildlife Memory Safari cards help, learn about all the wildlife on the
Oh,
islands.
that's cool.
And one of the, if you're into wildlife, and this is really great to see, is their turtle rescue center, and it's really is it's not just a zoo; it's a
Mhm.
turtle rescue center where they rehabilitate turtles because turtles, especially further up north, they get hit with the cold weather and they go into a shock and they have to be treated and you know rehabilitated before they can turn them back into the wild. And one of the things they do if you're really feeling crazy or brave, one or the other, they do a cold stone plunge. And the fee for the plunge, and this is held the end of November, so at 10
Okay.
a.m. in the morning, and you plunge into the Atlantic Ocean. And the fees for the people doing the plunge go to help support the Georgia Sea Turtle
Oh,
Center.
that's cool.
And part
Yeah.
of your mission is you get kind of behind the scenes tour also as well.
That's cool
And
to do. That's cool to do. I mean, when you think about this, this whole
yeah,
history and then bringing in the nature and everything like that. And, I know you're talking about the Holly Jolly tour, but I want to say they probably changed that
yes, during the
name.
rest of the year, it's a landmark tour. And the Charlie,
Okay.
it's a historic tour. And they also do a ghost tour, the historic tour, and they because of the age of these places, many of them have ghost stories. And
So,
then there's something really sad that happened there. The very last illegal slave ship docked
mm,
there. It was called the Wanderer. And it landed. There were 409 enslaved West Africans, mostly young men and boys, on the ship. And there's a whole trail which takes you out to an observation tank where you can look out and see over the ocean. But the trail tells the story of these people and what happened to them afterwards. And the saddest thing about it was that the people involved, the owners of the ship and the people doing this, got off with tiniest little hand slaps. No prison,
oh,
no nothing. And the poor people were enslaved. Lived their
yeah.
life out there. But
That's,
that's one of the
that's,
sad ends of it. But
but
then
yeah, and we have a
yeah,
lot of that, but that to me,
but it's
again,
part of
like,
our history, and we need to recognize it and remember those people, and that's what the trail
exactly.
does. And then it
Oh,
walks you out to the ocean, and at the end of the trail, there's an observation tower where you can walk up like a two-story thing and look out over there. And even in the dead of winter, I mean, I was seeing there was some water birds out there, white heron and everything.
oh, beautiful.
It's just a
Beautiful.
beautiful mix of history and nature on this island.
Mm. I need to go. So
Yeah, you definitely
I
need to go.
I've seen signs for it obviously as we drive
Mhm.
up and down that coastline and have not experienced that yet.
Three of the Georgia islands, they're all different. Jekyll is some rich millionaire, the history there. St. Simon's has another history, an older history in a way. And Cumberland has the nature and the wildlife. And again, it has some history tied to it. There's
Mm,
even a connection with Cumberland. Cumberland, you can only get out by the ferry. You can't just drive out there. It's still
mhm.
the legend. And I don't know if this is true, but the castle that was built, Andrew Carnegie's brother built this castle called
Mm.
Dungeness facing Carnegie Island because he wasn't welcome. I'm sorry, facing Jekyll. He, being an immigrant, he wasn't welcome on Jekyll in spite of his wealth. So he built this replica of a Scottish castle sort of to show off facing Jekyll Island. And
Wow.
and when you're on Jekyll Island, I don't know if you can see Cumberland, but you can see St. Simon's Island. I can see the lighthouse from the
It's
Driftwood
just that's
Beach.
insane though, because what's so interesting about America 250 is that we had the indigenous people here first. So we're
Right.
celebrating immigrants coming to America. And then when we talk about our African American friends, they were shipped in here against
They
their
didn't
will,
have a choice.
enslaved. And the Irish had a really bad time too. We had all these rich, these millionaires at
Yeah.
Jekyll Island looking at the Carnegies going, "You're an immigrant?" But
Yeah.
they're coming from immigrant.
Oh,
I
we're
don't
all
get it.
immigrants if you think about it. I mean, unless you're
Yeah,
Native
that's why
American. I
I
mean,
don't get it.
I don't
Well,
either.
that then
But I mean, that's what our Statue of Liberty says. We welcome. Don't know if we're
yes.
doing it anymore, but it's what it says on the Statue of Liberty.
This is part of going to
Yeah.
these sites. And then,
Yeah.
experience you can go have high tea. Now the high tea is now I wanted to ask this because, we love our parks and that's what we travel full time for. So can we go there as a day pass or is it mostly you need to stay there and
You can drive over for the day.
We
If
still
you
go
know,
have high
you
tea.
oh, yes, you can book a high tea at the hotel. You have to find out it's only certain days they have them. They don't have them every day.
Okay.
Um,
Can we have
the
wine?
oh, yes, they've always
I want wine with a view. I'm
the
sorry, this is where I'm going. I want
there's a
wine with a view.
you can sit on the veranda and have the champagne and look out over the pool and enjoy the island.
I'm in. Well, the birds and the nature and the trails, that's the thing.
And
And
it's a
yeah.
wonderful blend of everything mixed together on it. They do something very special. Excuse me. In the wintertime, they do a globe. Trying to remember the exact name of the globe hunt, where they put out little plastic globes. At one time, it goes back to one time the fishermen used to put little glass.
Well, they're little gold because
Right,
they have those
right.
like on
Um,
their thing.
their nets to
Mhm.
be able to find them. From that grew out into people would collect them. So what they do today, they call it the island treasure scavenger hunt. You search for these, and what you find are little plastic globes, and inside of them there'll be a number. And this is held January and February. Volunteers go out and hide all around the historic district, hide these little globes. When you find one, you take it to the visitor center, which is right before you come
Mhm.
over the toll bridge off the island, and turn it in, and you get the have hired artists, different artists to do. Each one is a unique, different glass bulb that's painted by an artist, and you
Oh,
exchange yours for this one of a kind
oh
glass bulb.
wow.
So that's kind of neat to do in January and February. But there's always
That's
something to do in
awesome.
the island. It's just a beautiful place to be in the winter.
Wow. I want to do that. I
You,
want this.
you,
I do.
and the champagne. I mean, oh, that's you. That's got your name all over it.
Guys,
Yeah.
champagne and
They do
hikes
that on
are
the veranda every Friday and Saturday at sunset.
well, I'll do the hike and then I'll have my champagne and then I'll come back and do another morning hike and then have champagne. It sounds
And
good.
there's a bar called Alexander's Bar that's in there, and the bar was brought in when they were doing one of the movies. Trying to remember the name of the movie they did it, The Legend of Bag of Ants. They
Uh-huh.
needed a bar, so the bar that they built for the movie set is set in it, but it fits in perfectly. It's just a small little bar, and of course, fully stocked. You can get whatever you want,
Now, what was
wine
it
or
like
otherwise.
staying there? What was the room? What was it like?
Very, very comfortable. It's because it's so old, it has these touches of the old history. I had a little balcony, you can walk out on my balcony and look out.
I am
And
in for the balcony.
the balcony is great.
Sleep in a chair just to have a balcony with a view,
No,
you
bed's
know?
very, very comfortable. Each of the headboards are done up very differently. They're all decorated, very Victorian style looking. But you have, of course, you have Wi-Fi, you have television, you have all of the comforts that you expect in a
So you
modern
mean when I was
hotel.
emailing, you were just down at the bar and you just told me you had no Wi-Fi? You were lying. You were in the bar having a
Yeah,
view.
there's Wi-Fi all over the place.
Oh, I'm just messing with
Yeah.
you. I know. I know when
But
you went off there, I was like, all right, she's off having fun. Okay. You know,
have fun when
uh,
you're on Jekyll.
and then I'm like, wait, can you do this? And there's no answer. I'm like, she's having champagne, you
Well, if
know?
you're going to go to all the trouble of savoring it off of your bottle, you've got to have a glass of champagne. And it's very good champagne, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to do that, but there is actually a very easy, it's a quick, easy trick to that. Not for me. To me, that's my
I
handoff, you
didn't
know.
try it.
For others, they say and they go to like, they get trained to do that. And, sommeliers and all of that, they can learn, I
Yeah.
think some are taught how to do it, not learn,
Well, yeah,
but taught.
even let one of our group do it, and he did it beautifully. It sailed off into the sunset.
No, I'm just that there's something about me being stupid would be stupid, it'd just be like, that's not the champagne spurting, that's her hand flying off, But I think it's cool. I mean, because it also goes with maritime history. Like, they was always smash the bottle of champagne on a ship. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you, no, that's
Wait.
no, and glass, and come on now. We just do that. Do the little sword thing.
Pour out the glasses of champagne and then use empty bottle and break it would make more sense. I
Uh,
guess, there's all that lore about the ships.
No, I just want to just don't ever so much went into that bottle of champagne. I'm sorry, but I like the whole sword thing. I think that is really cool because I've got my own way of opening champagne that is Not I should actually do that as like a video thing for people because it would go kind of wild, but I don't think people should see it. But I do know how to open champagne in the most weirdest ways, but not that way. Because I try to make sure that nobody's eyes are in the vicinity. Mine are closed. I can do it. We're all going to be fine. But
Well, he
so
sits
this
us
is a
all down and does it off the balcony, and then we enjoy the champagne afterwards. And I said, very good
with the
champagne,
view.
right? And it's beautiful and it's comfortable. It's not cold. You know,
It's
it's
funny because when you think about how many of our natural lands come from these grand estates throughout this
mhm.
country, and we want to keep them. And I think these kinds of partnerships with state parks, vendor,
And it's
locals living
preserving
there's
beautifully.
it
And yet
keeps
there's a
them.
historic say if you're over by the other hotel, the Ocean Hotel, there's what they call the business district. And it doesn't have the history, but it has all the little shops and there's a really neat little Irish pub there. As you ride down the beach, you can go when you're right near the Wanderer Trail, which is on St. Andrews Beach, just near there, there's the old wrecked ruins of the homes of the I'm trying to remember the gentleman's name that originally owned the island. His home, remains of his
Mhm.
home, is that old tabby, very simple building that's still there. You can view the ruins of that. And then for
Oh,
people
cool.
that's into golf, it's one of the it is Georgia's largest public golf resort. Has four
Oh,
golf courses. I'm not a golf person, but for somebody who's into it, it would be a great place to go
I bet
camping.
it's an Audubon trail because of the water, the birds and the water.
Yes, you're on the a lot of migratory birds come through there during the winter on
Oh,
there.
nice. Oh, I like it. I
It's your
really
kind of
enjoy
place.
being in
You'd
the South.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I think, and I know our listeners too. I know a lot of them are from Georgia too. So if you haven't been there, it's like kind of that little like ding ding. We've still got a couple months left of winter, don't we?
Yeah,
A little bit
we
more.
right here in Florida, we're supposed to Friday. They're talking to us. That's not Florida weather.
Well, you might want to go to Jekyll, but then also spring has got to be gorgeous there.
Oh yes, it's an all
So
season place. I mean,
yeah,
it's
this is
just
all season. So
yeah.
spring too has got to be
Mhm.
amazing there. You know,
It's a beautiful all of the islands. To me, I love all three of them, and there are
I
other islands too, but those are my three favorites.
love all of this area because like there's islands and then there's like that swampy marshy, lagoony kind of thing in between.
Right.
That on
You
the
drive through
coast.
that before you get out to the island.
I love that part though.
And
That's my
there is a
favorite.
campground out there too. You can camp out there. There's other hotels, day
Okay, well that's
hotels.
cool for
So you
people that
don't
want to
have
do
to
that.
stay. I mean, the lodge is the place,
Hmm.
clubhouse, but there are lots of other places to stay, including camping, even tent if you're really feeling brave.
Oh, wow.
It's RV
Very cool.
or tent parking there in the campground.
Wow. So everyone, this is a good destination, especially if you're going up and down, up and around, going up and down. Whether you're going from like Florida up to like the Northeast, this would be a good place to stop for a weekend or good road trip destination. But I do want to go to the Georgia Sea Turtle Center that you were talking about. That
Yes,
sounds awesome.
it's doing a very important job too. I mean,
Well, everyone,
they're
we've got
endangered.
Katie's article linked in the episode notes. It's up on our Substack on Vacation Station Substack, so check that out and her photos so you can see what we're talking about. I think we all want some champagne now. Thank you so
That
much, Katie.
would
I think
sound good.
January's for champagne. We started on New Year's Eve. Let's go through the rest of the month with champagne for good times, though. Not every day, but for like specific,
I
you
could do
know.
with a glass.
All right. Well, we should have, if you told me, I would have had some. I didn't either, but we should have. Well, next time I
I'll
talk
have
with
to
you,
settle for iced tea.
well, I got tea. I have, I tend to drink a lot of herbal tea that goes cold on me and then I just drink it because I have it there in case. And
I'll
then,
start in the morning with it, but I go with the black tea, the Earl Grey or one
oh,
of the
you
black
want to be
teas.
jacked up for the day, huh?
Yes, I want my caffeine. I'm not a coffee person, so I got to
Well,
get
you
my
can put a
caffeine.
little,
Yeah,
whatever in
that's
there and
good.
have happy
And
tea.
then
Uh,
when it cools down, I can always dump it in my iced tea.
So there you go, everybody. That's Katie's way of getting through her day. Some tea, but I say jack it up with a little bit of jack it up stuff.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
No, you can't.
You can have some
Katie.
Jack.
Oh, here we go. See, see, see. Thanks, Katie. Always good chatting with you, and looking forward to learning more about Jekyll Island by going there. So check that out. The article, again, everyone, is in the episode notes.
Thanks for having me. Always enjoy it. We have fun.
Thank you for listening to Big Blend Radio's Vacation Station Travel and Leisure Show, brought to you by Big Blend Magazines. Keep up with us at bigblendradio.com or blendradioandtv.com. Happy travels!